Well, it just does fit under the shelter. I drove this home yesterday. We're working right down the road. Brought this back to the house. I need to change the oil in it. I got a little project to help with a friend of mine. He needs to move some dirt on his farm, so he's actually going to send the lowboy tomorrow to come get it, and I want to change the oil in it. It's well due for a oil change, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the drain plug out. This one, it does take a while to drain for some reason, so I'm going to let it drain overnight, and I'll go ahead and change the filters, fill it up with oil in the morning. We should be good to go to load it up and carry it on. Let's see how much I can spill or can't spill. Well, the good news is that was not super tight. For some reason, the oil drains out of this truck like extremely slow. That's literally how much will come out for about 2 hours. I try not to get splattered. That's a good sign. There's no contaminants on the drain plug. And now that will sit there and drain and drain and drain. I think this thing holds like 10 gallons of oil. So I'll let it run for a while and then I'll swap out containers. So this one does have 3 oil filters on it. So I've got 2 of them are the same and one of them is different. So I'm going to go ahead and take those 3 off and fill those up, the new ones up with oil, and at least they'll be on the truck ready for it to finish draining. And put the drain plug back in and fill everything back up. I swear, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all sometimes. So I started pumping I got a half a gallon pumped out of the, we got a big stock tank of new oil. And the other half of the pump tube fell off down into the tank. And it's 2 feet in oil and it's dark and it's 6 o'clock on a Saturday, and yeah, I can't see down in there to get it, so I'm gonna have to MacGyver a piece of PVC. I'm gonna tape it on there. It's gonna be makeshift, but I got a coupler that'll fit on there, and I found a 1-inch piece. I'm gonna cut about 2 feet off of that, spray some brake cleaner on it, clean it up real good, tape it on there, and hopefully be back to pumping. Hopefully. You literally can't make this stuff up. I mean, the nearest parts place or Home Depot or whatever is it's like at least an hour round trip and it'll be dark, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I've cleaned everything out real well. Spot right there. We are going to MacGyver this together. In fact, I'm going to make that a little bit better. The old brand new roll of tape doesn't want to come apart. Oh, that would just be great if my only roll of tape was bad. Oh no, it's good. Alright, let's make that a little bit tighter. Make a gasket here. That way it's a snug fit. Look at that. Then we're going to keep it from falling off. Sometimes you just got to do what it takes to get it done. I didn't even want glue to drip on it, so I'm just going to tape that joint in, electrical tape. will work wonders. At least it's out of the oil, so it won't like degrade down, but. All right. Alright, I guess the moment of truth. Oh, it's gonna pump. Hallelujah! Save the day. I guess I'll find that tube in about a year when I finish pumping the oil down that far. I think it actually pumps faster than it did before. I guess it was sucking air. Oh yeah, that's a lot faster. Hell, that's a whole gallon right there. That's what it was. That thing had come loose and was sucking air down in there. Oh well, just another adventure on the farm. Every day's an adventure. Alright, let's take these filters off and go ahead and change those. Oh, come on. Oh, this is the one that has like zero clearance. Oh, good. All right, 7791's going. Ooh, go on this side. 1690 on that end. Gas lights on that one. $16.60. Oh, that's what the other one was. Oh, it said $16.90. Let me look. It is $16.60. Alright. No O-ring stuck on there. That's good. That is good. Well, we might as well do it. The order they come off. I like to pre-fill all the filters because these 3 filters literally hold probably a gallon. I think this one here is going to hold a half a gallon. Alright, a little on the gasket. And sit back on there, please. I'm going to have to get the other gallon of oil for the last one. So pretty much if you didn't fill these filters up with oil, it would, I don't know how long it would take to pump a gallon through the system, but you'd be running the motor with no oil while it filled these filters up. I like to snug these up actually kind of good because this thing does bounce extremely bad, and they will kind of come loose a little bit. You don't have to get crazy, just snug them up a little bit. Whoever designed that did not have to change the oil. And the last one, I gotta get the other thing of oil. All right, that one is good. They definitely filter the oil good on these trucks. All right, now I can write the date and the hours on it.
Are you not happy about the weight, buddy? Say something. Are you pouting? I know you've been waiting like 20 minutes for that. What, just one? No. Good boy. Winston.
Well, Day 2 on the oil change. There's probably a gallon or so in there. So I filled up one of those, dumped it out, filled up probably 3/4 of it, and there's another gallon in that. So I'm gonna say we're somewhere around about 9 gallons or so come out. And a gallon apiece for the filter, so that's about right. So I guess it's time for me to fill up a bunch of oil jugs and go ahead and start dumping some oil in here. They're clean. They've just been sitting there. Well, the inside of the jugs are clean. The outside is not so clean. But I figure somewhere about 10 gallons come out, so I'm gonna dump 7 gallons in here and see if it's even on the stick. Big motors hold a lot of oil. At least it doesn't take long when you have a 1-inch oil feed tube. You don't have to put the drain plug back in, but if you ever want it to fill up, it does help. So I put that in before I started filling it up. You'll know pretty quickly if you don't. It just won't fill up. This one you probably fill it up because I can dump it in a lot faster than it runs out. We just be flushing the system a little bit. I do use Napa filters. It's old enough now, it's not under warranty, so doesn't really make sense to buy $100 Volvo filters, because those right there are like $350 from the Volvo dealer. So pretty much this oil change would be $500 or $600 if you bought all factory stuff. Pretty expensive oil change. You do the 2 fuel filters right there, you can, all the filters, if you buy the 2 fuel filters and the 3 oil filters, is like $500 or $600. Stuff's expensive. Alright, let's check it and see if there's any even on the dipstick. I think I need to go fill about 2 or 3 more jugs up. Probably 2. That held over a gallon. Nothing on the dipstick yet. That was 7 gallons, about 8 gallons and a quart. What's in the system right now. It might be. Actually, I think it's on there. It's so clean you can't see it. Actually, I think it's right there where it needs to be. Wow, I got lucky on that one. The rest of that ran down in there. This truck, I've never actually been able to get it to take all the actual oil that it says it holds, so it must hold it in the motor or something. I'm actually just about 1/4 of an inch over full. That's not the end of the world. Filters probably aren't slam full, so I'll start it up and let it run for a second. And check it. Yeah. I'm about a 1/4 inch past full, which I don't think is the end of the world. Alright, let me start it up. Glad I did check it though. That's why you always check it. And let it run for a minute. Alright, I'll let it run for a little bit and ran it down the driveway and back up here and let it sit for a minute or two. So let's go check it and see where the level is at and make sure it's okay. Should have cycled through there enough now where it's turned dark and you can actually see it on the dipstick. And I'll set you right here. It's warm. Right there where it needs to be actually. It's still about a 1/4 inch high. That'll be okay though. They'll probably use some. I don't know, this thing actually doesn't use oil. Alright, ready to go back to work. And we are all loaded up, heading to a project. Mr. Donnie's taking it through the countryside. Well, we didn't dry ground, that's a good sign.